George's mother was a gentle, wonderful soul, and both his mother and father taught him by example. She gave George this Bible, and I think that poem does reflect George Bush's life. I would be true, for there are those who trust me.
I would be true.
I would be true.
For there are those who trust me.
Those who trust me.
I would be pure, for there are those who care.
Those who care.
Our challenges are great, but our will is greater.
I would be strong, for there is much to suffer.
I would be strong.
For there is much to suffer.
I would be brave, for there is much to dare.
I've fought for my country.
I would be brave,
I've served.
for there is much to dare.
I would be friend to all, the foe, the friendless.
I would be friend to all, the foe, the friendless.
I would be giving and forget the gift.
I am running for president because I honestly, deeply believe I can change things.
I would be humble,
For I know my weakness.
for I know my weakness.
1,000 points of light.
I would look up and laugh
And laugh
and love
and love.
and lift. When we were first married, I had no idea what my life was going to be. Might have scared me if I'd known, but nobody in the world has ever had the life I've had. I've had none of the responsibilities and all the joys of being the wife of George Bush.
I, George Herbert Walker Bush, do solemnly swear.
George Bush took himself lightly and took his responsibilities to help his fellow man seriously. And he was a man of enormous love.
He achieved the highest office in the land, but he did not abandon any of his principles, any of his decency, any of his caring for his fellow man.
He'd always ask you about your family, and no matter who he talked to at that White House, groundskeepers, guy cutting the grass, he knew your name. And he never asked you how's your wife or how's your son, he'd call him by name.
In crucial things, unity. In important things, diversity. In all things, generosity.
On my Twitter profile, I have one of my grandfather's quotes, and it's, any definition of a successful life must include service to others.
When people are given back, those contributions are what clearly bridges all of us, Democrat, Republican, Independent. And it's fair to say that you couldn't have a better model for that than George H.W. Bush.
I think George Bush saw politics as the path to public service.
If you think about his service to us as a nation, to be a war hero, to be an ambassador to China, U.S. representative at the UN, to be the Vice President of the United States, to be the President of the United States, to be the father of a future president. I mean, this man has affected this country and served this country in so many ways.
He could pound his chest and say, look at all I've done, but instead, he would always say, this is what I believe in.
He just has an extraordinary sense of humor. And sometimes it catches you off guard. And when he can turn a prank against someone, it's always delicious for him.
He has rare humor, loves a good story. Can't remember a punchline, but loves a good story.
I really wanted to get it down to the bare essence of just not gut, dip, bop, boop. I keep hearing that President Bush is doing it. You see, he did it on TV, he did it again. So he actually became pretty good at the impression of himself.
I have interviewed or known 8 presidents maybe 9. And if I had to drive from Boston to St. Louis with one of them, that the one I would pick to go with would be George Bush Sr.
You can't be around President Bush and not come away a better person yourself. It's impossible. He will rub off on you.
He's the sort of person that you like being around. It makes you want to be a little bigger, a little better. I do believe if there were more people like him, the world would be a better place.